Hi, I'm Mark, this is Mark's Tech Blogs, and today I thought I'd bring you guys an update video on the Neakasa M1, which I've been using for just over a year now. So I don't often do update videos, although I'm aware I have done a couple in the last month. However, having had the Neakasa M1 for just over a year, I have got some thoughts on this device and a kind of updated opinion on whether you should buy one or not. Now, if you want to find out the original kind of full specs and the features, then you might want to watch my original review as well, which I will link below. However, in this video, I'm going to share my kind of updated verdict and also the things that I like and dislike as a Neakasa owner. I will put some chapters below so you can easily find the thing that you want to find out. I also don't want to waste your time if you are watching this video, and so I want to start with the headline and basically say I do not think anyone should buy the Neakasa M1. And that's an opinion I have given a lot of thought to. In fact, this is the second time I'm filming this video because originally I was thinking something else, and then actually a load of things happened over the last month. And primarily it all comes down to safety, and that's what I want to start with in this video. So if you saw my video a few months back, you'll know that there have been a couple of incidents with the Neakasa M1 in different places across the world. One was a verified account where an owner shared that their cat had been injured by being crushed a bit with the M1. They'd managed to stop it in time and get their cat out, and after being inspected by the vet, their cat was absolutely fine. There was then an unverified incident where someone alleged that their cat had been killed by the Neakasa M1. Now, Neakasa and various people tried really hard to reach out to this user, but they never got any response back. Now, in my opinion, this means that this was probably a completely fake accusation. You might have a different opinion on that, but personally I think if your cat has been killed by this machine and you love cats, you're going to make sure you work with the manufacturer at least to get compensation, but certainly to make sure it doesn't happen to other cats. Now, to talk about the issue where the cat was injured, it was basically caused by the magnets in the mat slipping out of place. This meant that when the rotation happened, the rotation of the drum could continue beyond the point where it should have rotated. At this point, the cat was able to stick a body part in and the machine didn't stop. Now, Neakasa reached out to that particular user, they looked at the logs for the machine, and they released a firmware update pretty quickly. They also updated people saying what had happened, explaining that the magnets had slipped and this caused the issue. They advised people to check their magnets and also said that it couldn't happen anymore thanks to the firmware update. Some people with the old firmware checked to see if they could replicate the issue, which they could. They then installed the new firmware and confirmed that you couldn't replicate the issue. At this point, you kind of thought it was all good and life carried on. And generally, Neakasa responded quickly, they investigated and they put a fix in place. They also started working on a new cog. This cog would make it impossible for it to even rotate to this point. That cog is coming out really soon and is going to be available to anyone who asks for it for free. You just have to email support@neakasa.com. I've done that and I've been told that when they come into Europe in the next few weeks, I will get one. I can then just take the old cog off and put the new cog on. However, in the last month, there have been two more incidents with the Neakasa M1, and those are what kind of lead me to this point where I'm saying you shouldn't buy one. So firstly, again, a cat was injured by the machine not stopping during a cycle when it should have done. The owner was able to stop it and get the cat to the vets. The cat needs an operation, but the cat is going to be okay in the long run. As far as I can see, Neakasa haven't actually commented on what caused this, but this has been verified. Secondly, the Neakasa M1 has sadly killed a cat in the States. Now, the owner of this cat posted on the official Neakasa Facebook group, and Neakasa then reached out, as well as other owners being aware and also offering their condolences. Now, Neakasa haven't officially made a statement about this, but they have been out to the owner's house and also looked at the machine and the appropriate logs. The owner has been really good at keeping people updated on a group of what's been going on, and has said that Neakasa basically said there was a series of hardware failures which caused this to happen. From the explanation, it sort of sounds like the perfect storm and a very edge case, but something that was indeed possible. All of this led to the machine continue rotating, and because the cat was there, the cat was sadly crushed. Now, Neakasa have since released another firmware update, and that's the update number that I'm showing on screen right now. Other than them saying it resolves that issue, they've not released any full notes on what that actually entails. They've also not officially given a statement about this incident. And when Neakasa originally said the firmware update a few months back was going to stop this happening, and then it's happened again and they've had to do another firmware update, it kind of gets me to a point where actually I don't think people should be buying this machine. And until Neakasa makes sure that every single new machine has that improved cog and some improved sensors, absolutely no one should be buying this machine. That might seem a little bit overcautious, but personally, if you're looking at spending this kind of money on something, you would expect it to guarantee the safety of your cat, and this simply doesn't. Now, I am, however, still using mine, but I have got a few things in place to help keep my cats safe. Firstly, I've got a camera above it, which means I can keep an eye on whether the cats are there or not. I can access the camera whether I am in the world. I also get notifications if a cat's there from the Neakasa app, but also from those cameras. I also have the M1 hooked up to a smart plug, which means if I need to cut off power, I can, regardless of where I am. And then I also have longer cycles, so it waits 10 minutes before doing a clean cycle, and you can put it in fully manual mode if you want to. I'm also lucky enough in that neither of our cats spend any time there when they're not doing their business. In fact, one of them does poos that smell so bad, he literally does them there and leaves the house. I am also looking at replacing it in the near future, probably with the Popa S7, which is due out in November. This is another fully open tray and doesn't have anywhere a cat can be crushed because of its sort of accordion mechanism. I will do a review on that when I receive it and make sure I share with you guys any safety concerns with that as well. But I am kind of limited to open top trays because one of the cats will only use a litter tray that is open. Nothing like being an exhibitionist cat. What I do, however, want to do for the rest of this video is talk about my wider experience of using a Neakasa M1 for the last year, because actually you might still be thinking about getting one and just making sure you got some safety things in place. They are also working on, I believe, a Neakasa M1 Plus. Now, from what I've found, it basically uses exactly the same kind of things, but with the updated cog, an updated mat, and also no trapdoor, just some brushes to keep the smell out instead. That means most of the things I'm about to say are going to be absolutely applicable to that new device as well. So let's talk about daily use with the M1. So firstly, our two cats are similar weights, and so the app, as you'd expect, doesn't always recognise which one has used it. It does, however, give a good job at notifying you when a cat has used it. The app is also really good at telling you when things like the bin is full or there's other issues going on. Now, I've used two types of bentonite cat litter with it over the last year, and both have worked well, although the one I'm currently using is much better just because it's not as dusty. And Neakasa do recommend using clumping bentonite cat litter, so I will link the one I use below. My main criticism of it with daily use is even if you have a longer cycle between a cat doing its thing and it emptying for kind of more of it to get soaked up, it does still get messy over time. I have also known it on a couple of occasions over the last year to throw the waste out the back and not into the bin, and I'm not really sure how that happens. Overall, I would say it works well kind of 97% of the time though. And just giving it an occasional wipe to keep it clean and dust free isn't too difficult. And as I said in my original review, because it's self-emptying, you don't have to do that worst job that you have as a cat owner, and your cats always have a clean toilet. The waste bin underneath is also large enough to last for around 8 days with two cats. And it's nice and easy to empty, and I found some third-party bags which are at least half the price of the Neakasa one, so we'll link those below as well. This does, however, lead nicely onto maintenance. So obviously the main thing to do is just to give it a wipe down every so often to keep it clean. Generally, I'll just give the body a wipe when it looks like it needs it. I'll make sure I dry it, and sometimes I will also cycle it so I can wipe the bottom of the drum. I tend to just use a bit of spray and a bit of kitchen towel. And I generally don't switch the machine off for this. I just do it at a point where I know the cats aren't going to use it for a while, so it's not going to cycle while slightly damp. That's because we have regular cats who like to go in the morning and the evening throughout the night, and the afternoons is generally a poo-free zone. And then basically once every few months I've given it a proper clean. So for this I've emptied the litter using the emptying function, and I've emptied that into a new bag in the bin underneath. That means I can leave the bin with the litter in sat out as a sort of temporary litter tray for the cats while I clean it properly. I then unplugged it and thoroughly washed the drum and left that to dry. I've then also given the body a bit of a wipe with a bit of spray and kitchen towel and made sure I've dried it because that body does have the mechanics in. If that litter is clean enough afterwards, I can pop it back in, or I can just give it a complete refresh. Generally for the main body, I found a little bit of a vacuum, especially around the door before you use any spray, works really well. And generally it is pretty easy to clean apart from under the edges of the door. So let's talk about reliability. So during my main review, I pointed out one of the big issues is that Neakasa only offer a 1-year warranty. And for something you're spending £400 or £500 on, you kind of want it to last for more than a year, and so the option for extended warranties is a real shame. And in the year that I've had it, I have had to use that warranty. So firstly, Neakasa released an updated mat. This had kind of higher edges to stop cats who peed over the edges, causing water to go inside the drum. This was something Neakasa sent out for free with some instructions on how to install it. This is much better than the original silicone stickers they sent out to stick around the edges, which did start to peel after a few months. And then secondly, about a week before my warranty ended, the empty light got stuck on. No amount of emptying a bin or shaking it around or making sure it really was empty could get it to work, and the trapdoor was stuck open. I checked the infrared sensors were clean, which they were, and after talking to Neakasa, we worked out that the infrared sensors had failed. They then sent me some new sensors out from a warehouse in Germany, which arrived in less than a week, along with some instructions on how to install them. Those instructions weren't great, but I have made a full tutorial for that, which is on this channel. Fitting these did solve the issue. And personally, I do like that they send out spares rather than asking you to send the litter box back and having to make fixes themselves. It means you can keep using it in one way, shape or form, and you haven't got to find a temporary litter tray while your main one is away. However, given that these new sensors are slightly updated, I do think this is probably a pretty common issue. And this sort of leads me on to the point where I have to say, would I still recommend the Neakasa M1? And as I said at the start of this video, I wouldn't. And that's because whilst my personal experience with it has generally been good and my personal experience with their customer services has generally been good, I cannot in good faith recommend a machine that has even killed one cat. And especially when they released some firmware they said would stop that issue happening, and then it happened again. Okay, the cause was slightly different, but they should be focusing on making sure this cannot happen. It's where that cog in its original design is a massive oversight. And on top of that, as I've said, there are two things I don't like about the machine. Firstly is that it can be messy and can fling the poo out, and I'm not sure how that happens. It's only happened twice, but it can do it. And then secondly, the infrared sensors failing in less than a year makes me wonder if I'm basically on a ticking time bomb with this thing. Like, how long is it going to last before something else fails, and because I'm out of warranty, I can't do anything about it. And the fact that the new sensors actually have some extra glue on would suggest that Neakasa knows there was a fault with the original ones and they've tried to make them better. Let me know below what your experience of Neakasa has been. I'd love to know whether you have the same issues as me. I'd love to know if you're thinking about replacing yours based on the latest safety issues. And if you're thinking about getting one, do ask questions below because I will answer honestly. It is a product I purchased myself. It's a product I've used for over a year and I have got a lot of experience with it. And if I can help you guys out, I will. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again soon.